Have you ever been around someone and said, I just don't like the vibe. I don't like the energy. Yeah, it sounds a little woo-woo, but that's actually something that some of us feel.
The tagline of the original Hyper-Conscious podcast was change the way you think, change the way you act, change the way you live. Today, we're going to change the way you think.
Next Level Nation today for episode number 2193. Change the way you think and you change the way you live. I'm just going to kick it to you because this is an episode that you can speak far more eloquently to than I can. Lead the charge, good sir.
Okay, I'm going to give groundwork here. I've been coaching, training, and podcasting for 10 years. I have 11,322 hours of doing this. It's probably more than that, but I'm rounding. And the reason I'm rounding is some are 45 minutes and some are an hour and a half, and it's been a whole thing. But the point is, all of those hours are with different people from all over the world. Different countries, different cultures, different backgrounds, different sexes, different industries, different families. Everything's been different. And there's certain things that are in common for all human beings. And it becomes very clear over time. And everyone think about your job. Think about whatever you do for a living. Think about what you spend the most time doing. Whatever it is, you're probably way better than me at it. I feel like I learned so much from my clients because this is all I fucking do. I did 6 today, right? Like, I just get to learn from all different teachers and financial advisors and homeowners and people in real estate and all the different walks of life. Therapists. So what I'm saying is all human beings have similar commonalities in the way they think, and they have nuances that are different. So there's principles. The 4 different modalities of thinking that I've uncovered, and I say I've uncovered because I haven't found this anywhere else. This is something that I curated through all of my awareness of the last 36 years, especially the last decade, and I've come to realize that people think in these 4 modalities of thinking. Okay. In group coaching, we did this. I did a poll.
That's where I got the idea.
We're doing this episode, right?
Yeah, that's where I got the idea for this episode. I made it up. I made this whole thing up.
You personally, yeah, most likely.
By myself.
So Kevin,
I came up with all
code
this.
is 2341, which you'll understand in a second.
Right.
I said, who has this modality of thinking first? So these are the 4 modalities of thinking. I'm going to give them to you now. And the idea in this episode, to reach your full potential, is to understand yourself more. If nothing else comes of this episode, it needs to be just understanding yourself more. We all have all 4. We are all capable of thinking in all 4. But we all have habit patterns of thinking where we have a highway to one of them and a dirt road to another. So I have one really good one and one really bad one. Everyone I've ever coached has that. So the first one is numbers, mathematics, and statistics. You think in equations. You think, I can see graphs whenever I'm talking about things. I actually was with a coaching client recently, and I said, you see the graph in your head, right? She said, that's a fucking projection. I was like, oh.
Welcome to my world, friend.
What do you see then? But I think in graphs.
Right.
And that's why when I did the XY, and you're like, brother.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't even know what it would be like not to do that. So that's a whole other thing. But anyways, Number 1, numbers, mathematics, and statistics. Bell curves, always. Leverage curves, always. Exponential growth curves, always. Whoa. Okay. If that's your first one, you understood everything I just said. If it's not, you think I'm out of my fucking mind. Okay, number 2, words, concepts, and conversations. This is statistically the most common. Most people think in words, concepts, and conversations. When I say dog, you know the concept. When I say canine, you kind of know the concept. When I say Russell fucking Terrier, you might not know the concept. Maybe you do. I don't know.
Of course.
You understand?
Big dog guy.
Okay. You're a big dog guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. If I say oscillwarp, you don't know what I'm talking about because I made up the fucking word.
Oh.
Okay. Awesome.
I figured that was Harry Potter or Star Trek, some of that weird shit you're into. That's dude.
So words, concepts, and conversations.
That sounds more real than some of the stuff you've said for sure.
Oscillwarp?
Yeah.
I just made it up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Half dog, half unicorn.
Jeff. One-third
Kevin.
Jeff.
Okay.
That's mine. Number 2.
Your math is blowing my mind.
Words, concepts, and conversations is me.
All right. Number 3 is pictures, images, and vision. This is the artists and the visionaries among us. Awesome. Number 4, vibration, energy, and intuition. So if I say, picture your car, you can picture that in your head. There's something called, okay, no one attack me if I get this wrong, seriously. I think it's called aphantasia. We have a member of book club, shout out to Mark. He can't see images in his head.
Interesting.
That's like an actual documented thing. Blows. When I found that out, I've been studying this man in book club as much as possible. Like when you say apple, he understands the concept of an apple, but he can't see one.
Interesting.
Can you picture an apple?
Definitely, yeah.
Is it red or green?
Red always.
Yeah, same. Okay, so that's all just imprinting. So if there was green apples when you were a kid, it would have been a green apple, but Snow White had a red apple or whatever. So again, this is my point of all this. We all have one really strong one and one really bad one. I'm going to give my really strong one and my really bad one, and then we're going to kick it to Kev. My really strong one is numbers, statistics, and mathematics. That doesn't mean I can do multiplication tables easily. That's not what I'm saying. It means that I think in mathematics. So there's 195 countries, there's 8 billion people on planet Earth, there's 5.65 billion people on the internet. I can keep going. There's 43 million in Canada, 350 million in the US, 110 million in Philippines. Like I just have a mental map of all numbers. When I walk into a Panera Bread, I see their profit and loss statement. I can understand how the company runs based on the math. Engineers think in numbers. That's the difference. Okay, that's my good one. And if you didn't understand a word I just said, that's not your good one. That's okay. My bad one was vibration, energy, and intuition. I couldn't read fucking energy. I didn't read energy. Emilia, there's this girl in the gym that was apparently bidding for my attention. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, she's like, she's vibing for you. And it's like, what are you talking about? She's like, you're an and I said, I was a fucking loser in high school, okay? You were hot in high school. I don't know. My point is, I now can read a room and I can tell. And, she totally is. 100%. It's like, can you fuck off with that? That energy? Get that energy out of here, right? I'm in a loving relationship. I'm happy as fuck. What are we doing here? And isn't that obvious, by the way? She's here. Be respectful. The point that I'm making is I couldn't read energy. Those kids were making fun of me. I couldn't even fucking tell.
Yeah, for sure.
They were attacking energy, right? And I literally was like, what is going on here?
I think an insecure energy shows up in many different... It depends on the person, but yeah.
I am working on this. I don't know how to read that, really. I can tell insecurity with body language. I can't feel it in people's energy, really.
Well, yeah, but think about all the other stuff. All the other stuff really is... Numbers, math, and statistics are factual, for the most part. It's logical. Vibration, energy, and intuition, there's no logic to it. And there's almost no way to measure it unless somebody tells you. You're like trying to measure that with people. With math and everything else, you're not really. It's not... It's you against the world versus you against people, hypothetically, in this example.
They all come with huge strengths and weaknesses. If nothing else, we'll do a part 2 or whatever. But if nothing else, you got to figure out your code. So Kev says he is 2, 3, 4, 1. So your words, concepts, and conversations first. I knew that. That's also why you know you'll be a better speaker.
It's the goal.
Kevin and I would give the same fucking speech, and everyone would love him and hate me. And I'm sitting there going, my speech is better than his. But it's not, because I was talking in math.
Right.
Right? Now I get it. A group of engineers, mine's going to be
100,000%. I'm not even going to show up.
I totally
pass.
understand.
I'm going to respectfully pass.
Back
there's
then,
no
I couldn't
point
understand. It's like, what I'm saying is way more valuable than what he's saying.
Value is contextual. Good sir.
100%.
And you know that.
There's the insecure energy. I'm fucking with you guys. All right. Numbers, mathematics, and statistics. 1. Words, concepts, and conversations. 2. Pictures, images, and vision. 3. Vibration, energy, and intuition. 4. Kevin and I are going to do ours. We want you to leave doing yours. So mine is number 1 is my big one. So numbers, mathematics, and statistics is first. Then it's pictures, images, and vision for sure. Then it's words, concepts, and conversations. And then vibration, energy, and intuition is way behind. Although it's come up a lot in my 30s.
Words, so 2 for me. Words, concepts, and conversations. That's why I can rap. Words just come to me. I wake up in the middle of the night with lyrics. It just happens. Still happens for whatever reason.
Nice.
So 2, pictures, images, and vision. 3... sorry, that's my second one. Vibration, energy, and intuition is my third one, and then numbers, mathematics, and statistics is my last one.
I think vibration, energy, and intuition is higher than you think.
I think my 3 are really high. My 4th one was atrocious.
Yeah.
I think the words, concepts, and conversations have always been pretty easy for me. Pictures, images, and vision. And I'm not joking about this, there are certain things that I can't visualize until I do. I have tied a tie a fair amount of times. I have to watch the video. It literally, I'm not even bullshitting you. It took me 40 minutes to tie my tie. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
You don't tell me that shit.
I have, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Now, it's tied for life now. I don't have to worry about it. Mm-hmm. But the concept of around the tree, behind the tree, my brain is like, no, gone, lost it. There are certain things that I really struggle with learning unless I can do it with my hands.
That's my suspending judgment.
That's okay.
Face.
That's okay.
No, we all have strengths and weaknesses. We do. So what is the takeaway for everybody? It's the pros and cons.
I think we have to probably do a part 2 on the pros and cons because I think that's important.
Now, keep in mind, this is a unique thing that I use in my coaching. This is not... There's a lot of science out there about multiple intelligences and all the different modalities of genius and all kinds of stuff. This is actually mine, I guess. Yeah. And I'll write a book on it at some point in the very far future. I now realize I'm taking credit hits every time I don't have a book. I'm talking like way later. And I'm still fleshing this out. I use this with every client, even if they don't know I'm doing it. I've been coaching some coaches, and it's really cool to coach them on how I'm coaching them. And it's been fascinating to see how it still works, even though they know what I'm doing. Mm. It's like meta coaching.
It's very meta.
Coaching to a coach is fucking so cool. But anyways, numbers, mathematics, statistics, words, concepts, conversations, pictures, images, and vision, vibration, energy, and intuition. What are your big one and what's your order? And then we'll have to do an episode talking about the pros and cons of each. I'm going to give a high level pro and con of each, and then we'll crank.
I think we save it.
I feel like we didn't give the goods.
Well, okay, give it.
We got to give the goods. Okay. And I know we got to jump. So numbers, mathematics, and statistics, the pro is you're extremely logical and conscientious. Okay. The downside is people don't like you. No. But seriously, you don't know how to communicate. I have so many engineers that blow at communication. They don't know how to communicate well.
Would you say that, or would you say it's cold in communication? It's straightforward logic.
Yeah, it's...
Or is that an engineer thing? The same thing, right?
It's the same thing, yeah. Yeah, you're very cold in your... Like, you just say things. The example is when I was in high school and a girl said, "Do I look fat in this?" Yes, at level 6 out of 10. Right. That never goes well. Even though it's accurate.
That's a risky one.
Someone has to be overweight. Why not you? Like, I'm fat as hell right now. That's okay. My body fat is very high. Like, that's fine. I don't care.
It's fair.
But I understand. Okay, next. Words, concepts, and conversations. So this one, you basically are really relatable, and you belong, and you feel like you belong really well, and you get along with people really easily, but you struggle. You're very emotionally driven, and you struggle to be rational. And you certainly struggle to think long term. That's typically what I've found. Number 3, pictures, images, and vision. You usually are a visionary, so you can't communicate well unless you have a whiteboard or Remarkable or, you're really good at presentations. So the pro is you're good at presentations, you're good at art, you're good at visuals and compelling visuals and creating compelling visuals. You're good with colors. You know how to put colors together. You probably dress really nice.
Okay, I don't know how you think that one is a strong one for me. This shirt is so tight, too loose.
No, I don't.
Too tight.
I think the vibration, energy, and intuition is strong for you.
Oh, I thought you said 2, 3, and 4. Oh, they were
No,
all
I think
higher.
4 is higher for you than you think.
I think
vibration, energy, and intuition is you are very connected to nature. You feel very connected to yourself, and you feel very connected to other people, even if they don't know it. And you most likely can read a room really quickly, and you can sense danger very fast.
I guess I'm confused between the difference between numbers, mathematics, and statistics. It almost feels like pictures, images, and visions should be with that.
Well,
technically
you want to have all 4. So imagine a picture, imagine a vision of your future that has math in it, has people and conversations in it, and you can articulate it to yourself, your self-story and your narrative, and you also have a vibe that you connect with.
Christina on the team, really good with 3 pictures, images, and vision.
Absolutely. Yep.
That helps. I need an example. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
We're gonna do a part 2. You think we should?
For sure.
Okay. We're gonna do a part 2. If when you do self-discover this, and maybe you will. This was my realization. This is why I've worked so well with Alan. If you discover that number 1, if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at them. Number 1 is your weakness, and you need somebody to help you reverse engineer finish lines. That's literally what Alan does, and he'll help you measure the right stuff, track the right stuff, set it all up, all that happy jazz. We'll have the link in the show notes for a free 30-minute breakthrough session, unless you've already done one, and if so, please do not abuse the system because it's not fair.
Everyone would do well to have a heart-driven engineer in their corner. That engineers build bridges, they build technology, they build computers, they build buildings. Let them build your future.
Ooh, nice.
Like, you can reverse engineering is design. Design a great future in advance and then work your fucking ass off toward it. And everyone needs a good engineer in their corner. I really feel that way. I feel like engineers are wildly undervalued.
Boom. All right, cool. And then Next Level Nation, a great place for you if you are out there looking for like-minded people, you want to be in a group of positivity every day, and you want to add something to your habits, right? Check Next Level Nation every day. Easy habit. Super easy. Get a check mark on that every day. Okay, as always, we love you. We appreciate you. Grateful for each and every one of you. And if you are as committed as you say you are to getting to the next level, make sure you tune in tomorrow because we will be here every single day to help you get there.
Keep reaching for your full potential. Next Level Nation.